Welcome to the AB Report. This is an AB conversation, and libtards, you can see your way out the door. For everyone else that has good sense, welcome aboard. Well, the saga continues. Yesterday, we reported on the mayhem going on at the southern border with the tens of thousands of Haitians that have been camping out under a bridge in the Del Rio sector of Texas. Over 14,000 people are currently under this bridge. Some say as many as 15,000. Now, keep in mind, and I want you to put this at the back of your mind for a little bit later, that there are just as many, if not more, Haitians and many other illegal immigrants in other sectors along the border. This is just one little spot. The southern border with Mexico is over 2,000 miles long. And this is just one little spot. So you can just imagine how many people are crossing at other points along the southern border. You know, a lot of attention has been drawn to what's taking place at the Del Rio sector, thanks to organizations like Fox News and InfoWars that have been reporting on this pretty much around the clock. And the Biden misadministration has actually been embarrassed by what's going on here as we see third world conditions in the United States, which have been facilitated by the Biden administration. And as such, as the Biden misadministration is embarrassed by these revelations, they have decided to resume removal flights for Haitians that have come over the border illegally. They are starting to fly them back to Haiti. And of course, the Haitian officials are none too pleased with this outcome. They are pissed. They're claiming that we can't handle all those people. What do you mean, all of those people? They're your citizens, you jackasses. You know, that doesn't even make sense. Oh, we can't handle all those people. What they're really upset about is every person that is returned to Haiti is one less person that will be able to submit a remittance, a cash remittance, back to someone in Haiti. And with all those people, that represents a lot of money. And trust me, they are relying on that money being sent back from overseas, from their expats to the current residents of this cursed nation. So the Biden administration has decided to throw these people back. The great throwback. Yeah, we don't want them anymore. You can have them back. We'll fly them back. Here you go. Well, until these people are returned to their home country, I'll be watching Beijing Joe and his misadministration closely because a lot of this is just performative. They are performing while the cameras are focused. But as soon as the news cycle switches gears and focuses on something else, they will be back to their old tricks. They'll look over here, look over there. And like I said, this doesn't do anything to address an even greater number of Haitians that are crossing the border elsewhere. Ironically, the Haitians are referred to as irregular immigrants, as though the rest of the illegal immigrants, the illegal aliens, are acceptable and they're just welcome to walk right in. Of course, my answer to that is hell, mother, no. And one thing people need to realize is while all this is going on, the catch and release program is back in full effect. Not that it was ever over, but right now it is on steroids. Right, looking over here at what's going on with these Haitian invaders, they don't want you to look at what's going on over there while the Biden misadministration literally flies plane loads of people, not back to their own countries, but to cities all around the United States. The big lie that the border is closed and that illegal aliens are not being allowed to come into the country is garbage. It's deceit. The more that the Biden misadministration says that they are stopping illegals from crossing the border, the more illegal aliens they are bringing across the border and bringing to cities and towns near you, if not to your city or town. This is unsustainable. On another front, the military is really being ravaged. Ever since Biden came into office, they have been put upon by the fools and woke generals and the ultra woke Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, who have been determined to root out extremists in the armed forces. They haven't been able to find any yet, but they're determined to root them out. But now they have gone on to Plan B. And Plan B is unfortunately much more effective, and it is much more devastating to the military, to the members of U.S. armed forces. And it is a direct result of Biden's vaccine mandate. The entirety of the U.S. military is being ordered to receive the COVID vaccine or face dismissal from the military. A good number of officers are resigning their commissions. A significant number of enlisted men are refusing to take the jab. And that includes special operation forces. That includes Navy SEALs. The military is going to be ravaged by this mandate unless there is an effective legal challenge to stop it. And there may be, but by the time that legal challenge is brought into effect, it will probably be too late because the date for the mandates is coming very quickly. You know, in the VAERS reporting system, that is the Vaccine Adverse Event Reaction, pardon me, Event Reporting System. The Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, which is a CDC maintained database. For the Rona, there have been, as of September 10th, 14,925 reported deaths. The military has been pushing a video slideshow which says that there have only been 3 deaths related to this serum. That is a bold-faced lie. The two catches to that number of reported deaths are that one, it is more deaths reported as related to this vaccine than all of the vaccines combined. This database has been maintained since 1990. It's over 30 years. More deaths than all of the vaccines combined. If you look at a graph of the number of deaths related to vaccines that are in the VAERS database, you will see a flat line representing a small number of deaths across the years until you get to 2020 and 2021, where there is a spike, an exponential spike of reported deaths. The second point about this is that in addition to all of these reported deaths, the actions that have been taken with regard to previous vaccines is that any product that has had this many deaths or any adverse events have been removed from the shelf. Either before or even or after FDA approval. Yet, Biden wants to mandate it, and the military is being forced to take it. And just to bring a little more focus, I want to point out something called the Lazarus Report, which was a study that was done to look at the number of reported adverse events compared to actual adverse events. Because the number of reported events undercounts by a significant amount the number of actual events. It is 100 times smaller than actual events. So if you're looking at this figure, 14,925 reported deaths, you have to multiply that by 100 to come anywhere close to what the actual numbers are. And when you multiply that by 100, you get 1,492,500. But you have to ask yourself, have you ever heard this reported on any news program? Ever? On ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, MSNBC, or even Fox. PBS, not a one. I haven't even heard a congressman speak up. and say anything. And this information is publicly available. You can go find it right now. You can go to the VAERS database, or you can go to openvaers.com, which is much easier to use, is user friendly. It has the same number that are reported in VAERS without you having to be able to navigate and do advanced searches and things of that nature. Easy to read, put out in a user-friendly format. You'll also find there links to the Lazarus report and other important sources of information. I encourage you to check it out for yourself. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. This has been the AB Report. And I'll see you the next time around.